Hello, my friends. My name is Darren Gertis. Here is the daily update for today. So there are 1,190 Russians off the battlefield today, 13 tanks, 21 armored combat vehicles, 51 artillery pieces, 72 vehicles, and fuel tanks. If you look at Andrew Perpetua's numbers, what you see is just about 2.5 to 1, maybe a little less than 2.5 to 1. Yesterday it was a little over 3 to 1, and that's a good day. Okay, so Russia fired 1 missile and 11 drones. 10 of those were Shahed drones and 1 Supercam at Ukraine yesterday. This makes me really nervous. So lower numbers of attacks of drones and missiles in a day makes me nervous that Russia's about to do something much bigger, like they're saving some of their ammunition so that they can hit with 100 on a particular night, and it's coming. I'm not sure when. Okay, Zelensky said that Russia has dropped 700 guided bombs and 100 Shahed drones this week alone. So that still gives you a sense of the enormity without having like a massive attack. That's still what's happened over the course of the week. Yesterday, there was a Su-34 that crashed in Volgograd, and like the hits keep coming. Over the last week, there was a total of 2 jets. That's not including today, what's happened just overnight. This is as of yesterday before I went to sleep. Two jets, and I believe that was at Saki. 5 Russian helicopters, and 3 of those were yesterday. Just in the past few days, that's what's been hit. And then today there was a Ukrainian strike on Polova oil depot and electrical substation near Kursk. Now, 3 helicopters were, 3 of those 5 helicopters were set on fire by Ukrainian intelligence. And Jay in Kyiv is talking about it like this, and I'm going to quote him because it was great. Russia is now losing more aircraft in Russia than in Ukraine. Like, that's what's actually happening here. And so, okay, so that's where we are. Now, what else is going on in the battlefield? The Russians are not well supplied. The 348th Regiment in Russia was eating, there was a video, it was Dmitry War Translated, showed this video. They're eating flatbread made from stolen Ukrainian grain. Like Ukrainian grain that's meant to feed chickens, they're turning into actually some kind of meal because they're just not being supplied by the Russians. Well, what's going on there? Okay, so the British intelligence update today just put out a little thing talking about how Andrei Belkov had been was the latest general to be brought to jail for corruption. I talked about him about 3 days ago, 4 days ago, something like that. Okay, in 2007, in that same intelligence update, in 2007, they said 70% of defense ministry budget, Russian defense ministry budget, was used for unofficial purposes, whatever that means exactly, some sort of corruption. So that's part of why they're not supplied and so on and so forth. Okay. In other news, 2 more pieces. Russia plans to mobilize Ukrainian POWs. Now, they've done that before in a haphazard kind of way, but this is according now to, and I've only seen one source on this, so I'm going to go back and double check my facts, as I do. I've only seen one source, but this was coming from the occupied head of Zaporizhia. So, yeah, they said they're going to make Ukrainians loyal through this method. Final story, Wagner was attacked in Mali, in Africa, by locals. They were routed, 80 Wagner fighters were killed, it looks like 15 were captured, but that number includes the author of this Gray Zone blog, Beliy, his call sign is Beliy, Beliy, who apparently was killed in that. So that's where we are today. That's a lot of news. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the likes and the shares and the subscribes. And thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.